How to drop tables in Manticore Search. Today, we're going to explore different ways to drop tables in Manticore Search and understand the nuances of each approach. Manticore Search offers different operation modes, and how you drop tables depends on which mode you're using. Check out our dedicated video about Manticore modes in the description for a deeper understanding. Let's first take a look at a plain mode instance and see what tables we have. We have two tables, IDX, which is a local plain table, and RT, which is a real-time table. Now let's try to drop the IDX table in plain mode. We got an error. In plain mode, Manticore doesn't support dropping tables directly as it works with a static configuration. Adding the data dir option would actually change it to work in real-time mode. Let's try the same with the real-time table and see what happens. We get the same error. This is a limitation of plain mode, where configuration is primarily static and defined in configuration files. Let's switch to a real-time mode instance, which offers more flexibility. Now we're connected to Manticore Search in real-time mode on port 9306. This mode is more dynamic and allows for on-the-fly changes. Let's create a new table in real-time mode. Our table has been created successfully. The real-time mode allows us to create tables dynamically without predefined schemas. Now let's drop this table. The table was dropped successfully. In real-time mode, dropping tables is straightforward and doesn't require additional configuration. We can also use the if exists clause for safety, which prevents errors if the table doesn't exist. The command executed without errors, even though the table was already dropped. This is a useful approach when you're not certain if a table exists. What happens if we try to drop a table that doesn't exist without the if exists clause? As expected, we get an error because the table no longer exists. Manticore enforces strict existence checks to avoid unintended operations. Let's exit the MySQL client and try a different approach using the HTTP API. The HTTP API is another way to interact with Manticore. Let's try to drop our table using a curl command. We get the same error as before because the table doesn't exist. The HTTP API behavior is consistent with the MySQL client interface. Now, let's explore a more complex scenario, dropping tables that are part of a replication cluster. First, we need to reconnect to the Manticore instance with the MySQL client. Let's create a new cluster for replication purposes. The cluster has been created successfully. Clusters in Manticore are used for replication and high availability. Now, let's create a new table to add to our cluster. Our table is created. Next, we'll add this table to the replication cluster. Let's add the table to our cluster. The table has been successfully added to the cluster. What happens if we try to drop this table directly? We get an error because tables that are part of a cluster can't be dropped directly. This is a safety feature to maintain replication integrity. To drop a clustered table, we must first remove it from the cluster. The table has been successfully removed from the cluster. Now it can be managed independently. Let's confirm the table still exists. Yes, the table is still there. It's just no longer part of the replication cluster. Now we can drop the table safely. And now the table has been successfully dropped. Today we've learned several important aspects of dropping tables in Manticore Search. First, in plain mode, tables cannot be dropped directly as they are defined in static configuration files. Switching to real-time enables this functionality. Second, in real-time mode, dropping tables is straightforward, and you can use the if exists clause to safely drop tables without having to check if they exist beforehand. Third, tables that are part of a cluster require an extra step. They must be removed from the cluster before they can be dropped. Understanding these nuances can save you from unexpected errors and help you manage your Manticore installation more effectively. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more Manticore Search content. Thanks for watching.